Okay, let's go.
The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final year of World War II. By this time, America was nearing victory, and coins were an essential part of daily life, circulating in millions across the nation. Unlike coins from Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, pennies made in Philadelphia usually carried no mint mark, making them instantly recognizable. Over 1 billion pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint in 1945, a reflection of the growing demand for small change during wartime. Despite their large mintage, these coins carry historical weight because they represent a time when every penny mattered, both to citizens at home and to soldiers abroad. Design details. The 1945 penny continued the wheat cent series, 1909 to 1958, designed by Victor David Brenner. Obverse. Front shows the bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. Above his head is the motto, "In God We Trust." To his left is the word liberty, and to the right is the date, 1945. There is no mint mark below the date, which tells us it was minted in Philadelphia. Reverse. Back features two wheat stalks curving along the sides, symbolizing American agriculture. In the center, the coin reads 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum out of many one at the top. The simple yet symbolic wheat design stood for America's strength, labor, and resilience, fitting for a coin struck during wartime. Metal composition. Unlike the special 1943 steel pennies, the 1945 penny was made from the regular bronze composition. 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Each coin weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because copper was a valuable war material, the mint had briefly shifted to steel cents in 1943. By 1944, leftover shell casings from ammunition were melted down and used to produce bronze pennies again, making the 1944 and 1945 cents especially symbolic of America's wartime recycling efforts. Mintage and rarity. Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark, 1,040,515,000 coins minted. This was one of the highest mintages of the entire wheat penny series. Because so many were made, most 1945 no mint mark pennies are considered common. They circulated heavily, so finding them today in well-worn condition is easy. However, uncirculated examples in high grades, MS-65 or better, are much scarcer and attract collector interest. Errors and varieties. Collectors always seek unusual errors, and the 1945 penny has some notable varieties. Double die obverse, DDO, some pennies show slight doubling on the date or lettering. Off-center strikes. Coin struck slightly off the planchet, leaving part of the design missing. Die cracks and cuts, raised lines or blobs from cracked dies. These error coins can be worth significantly more than regular 1945 pennies, especially if dramatic. Current value, 2025 market. The value of 1945 no mint mark wheat penny depends on its condition. Circulated, good, fine 5 cents to 20 cents. Extremely fine, XF 25 cents to 50 cents. About uncirculated, AU 75 cents to $1.50. Mint state, MS 60, MS 63 $2 to $5. High grade, MS 65 plus $10 to $25. Gem red examples. MS 67 RD can sell for $200 to $500 plus at auctions. Rare error coins may fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on the uniqueness of the mistake. Collectible significance. Even though the 1945 penny is common, it has strong historical appeal. Many collectors like owning it because it was struck during the final year of World War II. Its copper came partly from recycled ammunition shell casings. It represents an important transition before post-war coinage. For beginning collectors, it's an affordable entry point into wheat cents. For advanced collectors, high-grade examples and errors provide a challenge. Picture America in 1945, factories roaring, families rationing, soldiers finally returning home. In someone's pocket, a brand-new Lincoln penny glistened, struck in Philadelphia, fresh from recycled wartime brass. It bought a stick of gum for a child waiting for his father to come home. It jingled in a soldier's pocket as he boarded a train. It passed through countless hands in diners, gas stations, and corner stores, becoming more worn with every exchange. Today, when you hold a 1945 penny, you're holding a small piece of that story, a coin that carried the weight of a nation at war, yet symbolized hope and resilience in the face of hardship. The 1945 no-mint MarkLincoln wheat penny may not be the rarest coin in American history, but its true value lies in the story it carries. Born in the final year of World War II, struck from recycled wartime materials, and minted in massive numbers to keep up with a nation in transition, it stands as both a symbol of endurance and a reminder of sacrifice. Weather-worn and weathered from decades of circulation are shining brightly in a collector's case. Each 1945 penny is a small but powerful piece of American heritage, a coin that represents resilience, unity, and the hope of a country stepping out of war and into peace. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint in the immediate aftermath of World War II. Just 3 years earlier, in 1943, the U.S. Mint had produced steel cents due to copper shortages, since copper was needed for war materials like shell casings and electrical wiring. By 1946, the war had ended, and the mint returned fully to using the familiar 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc alloy. This coin reflects a return to normalcy in American coinage. Its composition, design, and circulation embody the optimism of the post-war years, when America was rebuilding, expanding its economy, and honoring figures of unity like Abraham Lincoln. Small blue diamond mintage and circulation. Mint, San Francisco. Mintage, 198,100,000 coins were struck. Despite being under 200 million, this is still a large mintage, meaning the coin is relatively common in circulated grades today. Most 1946 pennies went into everyday circulation, buying newspapers, candy, and other small goods at a time when a penny had real purchasing power. Small blue diamond obverse design front. Portrait, a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Inscriptions. In God we trust, above Lincoln's head. Liberty to the left side. The year 1946 to the right, followed by a small mint mark below the date, identifying San Francisco production. This design had already been in use for nearly 4 decades, becoming a familiar part of American coinage and symbolizing Lincoln's enduring legacy. Small blue diamond reverse design back. Motif. 2 stylized wheat stalks curve along each side, symbolizing agricultural prosperity, hence the name wheat penny. Inscriptions. 1 cent, in large lettering at the center. United States of America, just below it. E pluribus unum, out of many one, at the top rim. The reverse design remained unchanged from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Composition and weight. Composition, 95% copper, 5% tin và zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters. Edge plain. This classic copper alloy gives older wheat pennies their rich, reddish-brown tone, which darkens with age. Small blue diamond varieties and errors. Collectors often seek out special varieties or minting errors that can significantly increase a 1946 penny's value. Some known ones include repunched mint mark, RPM some 1946 pennies show a doubled or repunched S. These varieties are scarcer and can bring premiums. Off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center are collectible, with value depending on how much of the design is missing. Die cracks and BIE errors. Common in wheat cents, where a die crack forms between the B and E in Liberty, making it look like the word BIE. Small blue diamond value and collectability. as of 2025. While the 1946 S penny is common in circulated condition, values rise for well-preserved examples. Circulated, average 5 cents to 25 cents. Uncirculated, MS 60 to MS 63 1 to $3. Gem condition, MS 65 red $20 to $40 plus. Rare varieties / errors can fetch $100 or more, depending on rarity and eye appeal. The most desirable examples are those with a full original red luster, which are much scarcer since copper coins tend to darken over decades. Small blue diamond collector's appeal. The 1946 S wheat penny appeals to collectors because 1. Post-war history. It represents America's shift from wartime shortages back to economic stability. 2. Affordable rarity. Common enough for beginners, but scarcer in pristine red condition. 3. Mint mark variety. Collectors often assemble full sets of Lincoln wheat pennies by mint mark, and the S version is essential. 4. Error potential. Certain RPMs and die variations keep advanced collectors interested. In summary, the 1946 S Lincoln wheat penny is not a rare coin, but it holds strong historical value as one of the first pennies struck in peacetime after World War II. With nearly 200 million minted, it remains accessible to new collectors, while high-grade red uncirculated examples and error varieties can be surprisingly valuable. Bringing all of this together, the 1946 S Lincoln wheat penny stands as more than just a small copper coin. It is a symbol of America's transition from the hardships of war to the hope of peace. Struck at the San Francisco Mint in vast numbers, it passed through the hands of countless Americans, buying candy, newspapers, and other essentials at a time when every cent carried meaning. Its design, unchanged for decades, reminded the nation of Abraham Lincoln's strength and unity, while its wheat-backed reverse echoed prosperity and growth. Though common in circulation, its beauty shines in uncirculated red examples, and error varieties add excitement for seasoned collectors. Affordable, historic, and filled with post-war significance, the 1946 S wheat penny bridges the story of a recovering nation and the enduring legacy of Lincoln on America's coinage. For collectors today, it remains a humble yet powerful piece of history, an everyday coin that tells an extraordinary story.